Queen Mary is a retired British ocean liner that sailed primarily in the North Atlantic from 1936 to 1967. Built by John Brown and Company in Clydebank, Scotland, and operated by the Cunard Line, she was built, together with RMS Queen Elizabeth, to operate a 2-week express service between Southampton, Cherbourg, and New York. The two ships were Britain's response to the high-speed ocean liners built by German, Italian, and French companies in the late 1920s and early 1930s. Queen Mary made her maiden voyage on May 27, 1936 and was awarded the Blue Riband in August of the same year, later losing the award to SS Normandy in 1937. But Queen Mary regained the title in 1938 and held the record for the world's fastest ocean liner until 1952, when it was broken by the new SS United States. At the outbreak of World War II, Queen Mary was put into service as a troop transport and carried Allied troops during the war. On one voyage in 1943, Queen Mary carried more than 16,600 people, which remains the highest passenger capacity ever carried by a ship to this day. After the war, Queen Mary was refitted and put back into passenger service with Queen Elizabeth. Both ships began to operate as originally planned transatlantic cruise ships, carrying passengers in alternating weekly 2-ship configurations. The two ships dominated the transatlantic passenger market until the jet age began in the late 1950s. By the mid-1960s, Queen Mary was aging and losing money. After several years of declining profits, Cunard Line the Queen Mary was officially decommissioned in 1967. The ship departed Southampton for the last time on October 31, 1967, bound for the port of Long Beach, California, where it would be permanently anchored. The city of Long Beach purchased the ship to operate as a tourist attraction with a restaurant, museum, and hotel. The city hired private companies to manage the ship over the years, and took over operations in 2021. During World War II, the ship was used as a troop transport ship, and was painted gray all over and renamed the Grey Ghost. The Queen Mary has been called one of the most haunted ships in the world, with many creepy stories told. It is said that at least 49 people have died on board, and that 58 exorcisms have been performed on the ship. What's more, ghosts have been seen on the ship, most notably in the first-class pool. Both the ghost of a mysterious child, the ghost of a woman in white, the ghost of a sailor, or the ghost of a tall man in the first-class suite. In addition, there are many tales about terrifying events on this ship, such as in 1939, the Queen Mary hit a small cargo ship called the Doru, resulting in 11 deaths. It is believed that the ghosts of these people still linger on the ship. In 1940, the Queen Mary was attacked by German bombers, resulting in 30 deaths. It is believed that the ghosts of these people still linger on the ship. In 1966, the Queen Mary docked in San Francisco, California. A brutal murder occurred in room B340, where a young woman killed her boyfriend. It is believed that the ghost of that man still lingers on the ship. Currently, the Queen Mary has been decommissioned and turned into a museum and floating hotel in Long Beach, California, USA. Although it is still parked, its hauntings are still there. Because many tourists have had strange experiences on this ship. In 2023, the movie The Queen Mary Ghost Ship was released in Thailand. This movie is based on the true story of the Queen Mary and the supernatural events that occurred on this ship. The following are the supernatural events seen on the Queen Mary according to the stories of those who saw it. The most common events. The ghost of a child was seen in the first-class pool. This child often played in the pool alone. Sometimes, the child was seen sitting on the edge of the pool and smiling. The ghost of a woman in white was seen. This woman often walked along the walkway of the ship. Sometimes, she was seen sitting in the library. The ghost of a sailor was seen. This sailor often walked along the deck of the ship. Sometimes, he was seen standing in front of the cannon. Other events. A howling sound was heard from room B340, which was the room where the murder occurred. This howling sound often came out at night. The power went out suddenly for no reason. The door opened and closed by itself for no reason. The sound of shoes walking on the walkway at night. The supernatural events that occurred on the Queen Mary are still unexplained. Some people believe that these events are caused by the spirits of the deceased on this ship, while some believe that these events are merely a misperception or imagination of the witnesses. Whatever the cause, the Queen Mary remains the most famous haunted ship in the world, continuing to haunt people all over the world to this day. Here are some stories about the Queen Mary, the world-famous haunted ship. It is said that if you have the chance to visit this ship, you may encounter some unforgettable, terrifying stories.